Hello students and welcome to my channel Elevate Learning with Santosh sir. Today we are going to cover a topic of ICSE board grade 10 mathematics GST, and we will see intrastate transaction of GST. We will be solving the problems which are based on transaction within the states. If you wish to join my tutoring sessions, you can click the link given in the description box and fill the form, or you can also connect me on my number given in the description. Let us start this topic. At the end of this module, you will be able to understand GST, and you will be able to solve the problems based on GST. Let us start. GST, it stands for Goods and Service Tax. Goods are the articles or the materials that we purchase. Services are the services that we use. For example, maintenance, cleaning, railway, hotel service, etc. Goods in the case, in the sense electronics, or you purchase a laptop, mobile phone, or you purchase an air conditioner, or you purchase some cashew nuts, or any other type of material is covered under goods. And we have different types of services also. So goods and services both are combined and kept under one tax system, which brings us one nation, one tax. Let us now understand GST. Goods and Service Tax is a single tax imposed on supply and consumption of goods and on services within India. So this tax system works only within India. There are three types of taxes under GST. They are Central GST, which is also called CGST, that is State GST, that is also called SGST, and Integrated GST, which is called IGST. Let us understand one by one. The sale of goods and services within India can be of two types. Either you will sell the goods or service within your state, or you will sell it outside your state. According to this, we have two types of system over here. Intrastate, which we will be covering in this complete module. When the sale of goods and services is within the same state, in this case, GST shared equally by central government, that is CGST, and state government, that is SGST. For example, if you purchase some electronics and the 18% GST is charged on it, then 9% of it will be shared by the central government and 9% will be shared by the state government. So both the government, central as well as state, share the GST equally. Next type of sale is when you sell it outside the state or sell it to the another state or some union territory. So if the goods and services are sold from one state to another state, then the integrated goods and service tax, that is IGST, would be applicable on the transaction. In this case, the entire GST is first collected by the central government and later it is then shared by the state government. Once again, I repeat, in this module, we will be concentrating only on intra-state sale, that is the sale within the state. Let us start. Some basic terms. Cost price, CP, of an article is the price at which you purchase it. Mark price is, or printed price of an article is the price that is printed on it. Mostly when you go to malls or different types of shops, there is MRP printed on it. Later on, they can give you some discount and then you can get it at the different price. Selling price is the price at which the article is sold after deducting any discount if it is applicable. Discount is mostly expressed in terms of percentage. You must have seen during the on Amazon app, or you must have seen on the in the malls, 20% discount, 50% discount, or on Zomato. Mostly when we order food, there is every discount given. So it is more, this discount is mostly expressed in terms of percentage. Let us understand the concept of GST now. This is the most important part of the module. If you understand this slide, you will be able to do all the problems based on intrastate transactions. Let us start. For simplicity, I'm considering that the government, this is the government, and it charges a GST of 10%. I'm not considering SGST and CGST right now. Once you get the amount of GST, you can easily calculate the SGST and CGST. Just divide it by 2. For example, if GST is 100 rupees, then SGST will be 50 rupees and CGST will be 50 rupees. If GST is 10%, then SGST will be 5% and CGST will be 5% as it is shared equally by the governments. Now, mostly GST is charged when there is a transfer of goods from one place to another or when there is a sale from one point to another. Let's take an example. Let's say they have a manufacturer who manufactures the goods and then after manufacturing he sells it to a wholesaler. Wholesaler again sells it to a retailer and retailer sells it to the consumer. We are mostly coming under the category of consumers. Now manufacturer, he manufactures the goods and how he made it, nobody has an idea. For him, the cost price for calculation purpose, I repeat, for calculation purpose, the cost price of manufacturer is considered to be zero. Now for making this example very simple numerically, I'm considering that manufacturer is selling the product at rupees 10,000 to the wholesaler. Now if he is selling price of manufacturer is 10,000, then the cost price of wholesaler will be 10,000 because wholesaler is purchasing it from the manufacturer. So if manufacturer is selling at 10,000, wholesaler is purchasing at 10,000. Later on, wholesaler may again sell it to the retailer. Obviously, he will take some amount of profit for himself. So let us consider that wholesaler is selling this product at 15,000 to the retailer. So if selling price of wholesaler is 15,000, then the cost price of the next person in the chain, that is retailer, should be 15,000. Again, retailer will keep some profit and then sell it to the consumer. So let's say that retailer sells it to the consumer at rupees 20,000. So the cost price of the consumer is 20,000. Now, consumer, he is the end user, he is not selling it ahead. So for him, we can consider selling price as zero. I hope you have understood everything till now. There is a chain in which the goods is supplied from manufacturer to the wholesaler to the retailer and then finally to the consumer. Now, for the wholesaler, if the GST is 10%, so let's say wholesaler went to the manufacturer for purchasing the goods. So what wholesaler will have to pay? Price inclusive of tax for the wholesaler will be 10,000. That is the cost price of the product plus 10% GST which is charged on it. So wholesaler will have to pay a total of 11,000 rupees. And what is this 11,000 rupee made up of? The CP and the tax. So wholesaler pays a total of 11,000. Now this price is the price inclusive of tax, means this is including tax. Okay, let's come to the retailer. Now when retailer went to purchase it from the wholesaler, so for him, price including tax will be his cost price plus the tax on the cost price. So he will be paying the cost price plus the tax on it, and that would be 16,500. Calculations are very simple. You can do it mentally to get 1,000 as a tax. Over here, I can again cancel the two zeros and I can get 1,500 as tax. So calculations are very simple. You can understand them. Now let's come to the next person, that is consumer. Now consumer, when he goes to purchase from the retailer, he pays to 20,000, that is the cost price, plus 10% tax on it. So consumer is paying the tax of 2,000 on the same goods. I hope everything is clear till now. So whenever these people purchase, they pay tax to the next person, the person from where they purchase. All right. Now, the next thing is tax paid while purchasing the goods or a service is called input tax credit. It means that when wholesaler went to purchase it from the manufacturer, he paid a tax of 1,000 rupees. So for wholesaler, input tax, that is tax while bringing the goods into my company. I remember it like when I am putting that goods in my company. I'm bringing that in my company. That tax, what I pay, I consider it as input tax. That is rupees 1,000 for the wholesaler. Now, tax charged while selling the goods or service outside or selling it, it's called the output tax credit or OTC. So when wholesaler is selling it to the retailer, he is charging a tax of rupees 1500 to him. So output tax of the wholesaler is 1500. At the same time, retailer is purchasing and paying the tax of 1500. So for retailer, input tax will be 1500. Try to understand it. Once again, I'm explaining. Wholesaler, while purchasing, is paying a tax of 1000 rupees. So input tax for him is 1000 rupees. At the same time, manufacturer is selling it to the wholesaler and charging a tax of 1000 rupees. So while selling, so 1000 rupees is the output tax for the manufacturer, but input tax for the wholesaler. In the same way, this 1500 rupee is nothing but the output tax of wholesaler, but input tax of the retailer. Let us understand it more clearly. For the manufacturer, input tax, as we don't know from where he purchased it, so we are considering his input tax to be zero. Output tax is the tax that he charged while selling it out. So manufacturer, while selling it to the wholesaler, he charged a GST of 1000 rupees. So for him, output tax is 1000 rupees. At the same time, wholesaler purchased it and paid a tax of 1000. For the wholesaler, input tax will become 1000. So understand this, children. Like selling price of manufacturer become cost price of the wholesaler. In the same way, output tax of the manufacturer becomes input tax of the wholesaler. I hope you are understanding everything. Now, for the retailer, the input tax is 1500 and the output tax is 2000 rupees. Once again, we can clearly see that the output tax of wholesaler is equal to the input tax of the retailer. For the consumer, the input tax is 2000, and since the consumer is not selling it ahead, for him output tax is 0. So this is how in the chain people pay GST. But where is that GST going? Is this entire amount, all this amount going to the government? No. Government gets net GST. Now what is net GST? Net GST is basically the difference of output tax credit or minus input tax credit. For example, if I take manufacturer, his input tax credit is 0 and output tax credit is 1000. So net GST of the manufacturer will be 1000 rupees. Means manufacturer will pay rupees 1000 to the government. Let's come to the next person in the chain, the wholesaler. For the wholesaler, input tax is 1000 rupees and output tax is 1500 rupees. So net GST paid to the government by the wholesaler will be 1500 minus 1000, which is 500. For the retailer, the net GST will be 2000 minus 1500, that is 500. Consumer is not paying any net GST. He is not paying any net GST because he is not selling it ahead. Okay. So consumer is not directly paying anything to the government. Now, let us calculate the total tax received by government. 1000 was given by manufacturer, 500 by the wholesaler and 500 by the retailer. Total tax received by the government is 2000, out of which 1000 is given by the manufacturer, 500 is given to the government by the wholesaler, and the last 500 is given by by the retailer. Now, total, how much tax did the government receive? 2000. One more thing. Total, how much tax did the consumer pay? It is also 2000 rupees. Basically, students, the total tax received by the government is actually equal to the tax paid by consumer, and this is a very important relation while solving the problems of GST. We can clearly see in this example that total tax received by the government is 2000 and the tax paid by consumer while purchasing the goods was also 2000. So this is one thing. The next thing is net GST, that is the GST paid to the government, has two ways of calculation: output tax credit minus input tax credit, or my favorite, tax on profit. Now, what is this and how it is calculated? We will see that throughout the module. One last thing I want to tell you that these people in the chain, the manufacturer, the wholesaler, the retailer, they are not paying anything from their pockets. It is only the consumer that pays the tax from his pocket. Let's say, for example, the manufacturer, for him, input tax is 0 and output tax is 1000. This 1000 rupees that manufacturer pays to the government was actually given to him by the wholesaler. Let us come to the wholesaler. I agree that wholesaler paid a tax of 1000 rupees while purchasing the goods, but while selling he charged a tax of 1500. Out of the 1500, he kept his 1000 rupees in his pocket and he paid only 500 to the government. Let's come to the retailer. His input tax was 1500. He paid 1500 while purchasing that goods, but while selling it, he charged a tax of 2000 rupees. And how much he gave to the government? He gave only 500 to the government by keeping his 1500 in his pocket. He paid 500 to the government. The only taxpayer is the end user, that is the consumer. I hope you have understood the concept of GST. Now, remember these two relation because they are helping you a lot. Also, many a times they ask you price inclusive of tax. So price inclusive of tax is always the cost price plus the tax on it. It is made up of two things, the cost price and the tax for anyone. Maybe the wholesaler, the retailer, consumer. Price inclusive of tax will be cost price plus the tax. Let us take some examples. A shopkeeper buys certain quantity of cashew nuts for rupees 7200 and sells it to a consumer at a profit of 25%. If the rate of GST is 5%, find the GST paid by the shopkeeper to the central and state governments. Let us start this problem. We know that GST charge is 5%. Here, there are two people in the chain, the shopkeeper and the consumer. We know that shopkeeper buys certain cashew nut for rupees 7200. So for shopkeeper, the cost price is 7200. But while selling, he is making a profit of 25%. So we don't know the exact selling price. Let's calculate. So selling price of shopkeeper will be 7200 plus the profit of 25%. And when we calculate this, we will cancel out the zeros and we will get 7200 plus 1800, which is nothing but 9000. So selling price of shopkeeper is 9000. We know that selling price of shopkeeper will be the cost price of the consumer, and as consumer is not selling it ahead or whatever he is doing, it is not mentioned, so we will write not applicable over here. Now GST paid by the shopkeeper to the government will be calculated by tax on profit. Remember I said net GST is also calculated by tax on profit, and this is one of my favorite method of calculating GST. Now tax, that is 5% on profit. Now what is the profit made by shopkeeper? Profit has a very simple formula you have studied in the lower grade, that is SP minus CP, which is 9000 minus 7200. On solving it ahead, we can cancel out the zeros and we get the answer 90. So net GST paid by the shopkeeper is 90. Now for the shopkeeper, we know that this GST is equally shared by central and state government. So central GST, that is CGST, will be equal to state GST, that is SGST, and it will be 90 upon 2, which is nothing but 45 rupees. There is one more way of solving this question. if you are very much aware that GST is nothing but tax on profit. In this case, we can quickly calculate the profit of shopkeeper. We know that shopkeeper has made a profit of 25%. So his profit will be 25% of 7,200, which is nothing but 1,800. And net GST will be the tax on profit, that is 5% of 1,800, which is 90 rupees. And then SGST is equal to CGST is equal to rupees 45. I hope you have understood this question. Let us move to the next question. A manufacturer sells a sewing machine to a wholesaler for rupees 5,500. The wholesaler sells it to a shopkeeper for rupees 7,500. Shopkeeper makes a profit of 1,000 by selling it to a consumer. If the GST charged at each stage is 12%, find amount of GST paid by manufacturer to the central government, amount of GST received by state government on this machine, and the final price paid by the consumer. So let us understand this. First thing, that the GST over here is 12%. Now, who is the first person in the chain? It is the manufacturer. Manufacturer is selling it to the wholesaler, wholesaler is selling it to the shopkeeper, and shopkeeper is selling it to the consumer. Now, for manufacturer, we don't know what is his cost price. For calculation purpose, we consider it as 0. We know that manufacturer is selling the sewing machine to wholesaler for rupees 5,500. So for manufacturer, selling price will be 5,500, which also means that cost price of wholesaler will be 5,500. Now wholesaler is selling it to the shopkeeper for rupees 7,500. So selling price of wholesaler, which is equal to cost price of shopkeeper, is 7,500. And shopkeeper makes a profit of 1,000 rupees. So in at what price shopkeeper will sell it to the consumer? CP plus the profit, 7,500 plus 1,000. So he will sell it to the consumer at 8,500 rupees. So selling price of shopkeeper is equal to cost price of consumer is equal to 8,500 rupees. And we don't know whether the consumer is selling it or not. For now, we consider SP of consumer as 0. Now, as once you have made this chain and you have the CP and SP of all the people in the chain, the problem becomes very simple to solve. Let us start. The amount of GST paid by manufacturer to the central government. Let us first calculate the net GST of the manufacturer. So GST paid by manufacturer is nothing but tax on profit. Now how to get manufacturer's profit? We should have his SP and CP. We have it. So tax on profit, that is 12% of his profit, which is 12 upon 100 multiplied by his profit, that is SP minus CP, 5,500 minus 0, which is nothing but 12 upon 100 into 5,500, which is nothing but 660 rupees. Now manufacturer pays 660 rupees to the government, but the question is asking how much did he pay to the central government. Basically they are asking us CGST over here. We know that whatever GST is paid, it is shared equally by the central and state government. So we can say that CGST is nothing but 660 divided by 2, which is nothing but rupees 330. This is the answer for the first part. Let's move to the second part. Amount of GST received by state government on this machine. Now here the question is asking us the total GST received by state government. Now we have studied in the first slide itself that total GST received by government is nothing but the tax paid by the consumer. So we will use that concept over here. Amount of tax received by government is equal to tax paid by consumer. So how much tax is the consumer paying? As consumer is receiving it for rupees 8,500, he will have to pay the tax on rupees 8,500. So he will pay 12% tax on rupees 8,500, which will be nothing but 1,020 rupees. So total tax received by government on this sale is 1,020 rupees. So how much is the tax received by the state government? We know that the state government will have half of this share. So state government will receive rupees 510. Now the third sub question asks us final price paid by the consumer. How much will consumer pay to purchase the sewing machine? He will pay cost price plus the tax. We know that cost price for consumer is 8,500 and tax paid by consumer we have already calculated. So cost price plus tax will give me the total amount paid by the consumer, which is nothing but 9,570 rupees. Let's take up a next question. A shopkeeper buys a printer at a discount of 30% on the marked price of 8,000. He sells the printer to a customer at marked price. GST charged at each stage is 18%. If the sales are intrastate, find the GST paid by the shopkeeper to the central government, price paid by the shopkeeper for the article inclusive of tax, the cost to the consumer inclusive of tax, and the amount of tax received by state government. Let us solve this problem. We know that GST charged is 18%. Now, we have two people in this chain, the shopkeeper and the consumer. The shopkeeper is buying this printer at some price but selling it at the marked price. We know that he sells the printer to the customer at marked price and marked price is rupees 8,000. It means that selling price of shopkeeper, which is equal to cost price of consumer, is 8,000 rupees. Now we need to find at what cost, what is the CP of shopkeeper. We know that shopkeeper has bought this machine at a discount of 30%. So CP of shopkeeper will be 8,000 minus 30% of 8,000 because it is discount. We have to subtract that discount. So 8,000 minus 30% of 8,000, which is nothing but 8,000 minus 2,400, which is nothing but 5,600. So cost price of shopkeeper is rupees 5,600. Next, now we have completed this chain and we know the CP and SP of each person in this chain. So let us move to the first sub question. GST paid by shopkeeper to the central government. We know that the net GST paid by shopkeeper will be the tax on profit. So how much is the profit of the shopkeeper? We can get his profit by subtracting his selling price minus cost price. And whatever the profit is, 18% tax will be charged on it, which is nothing but 18 upon 100, that is 18% of his profit. Profit which is given by the selling price minus the cost price. Both are available over here. On solving this ahead, we get that the GST paid by shopkeeper to the government is rupees 432. But question is specifying the GST paid to the central government. It means that it is asking us CGST. We know that each of the government share the amount of GST equally. So CGST of the shopkeeper will be 432 divided by 2, which is nothing but 216 rupees. Let us come to the next sub question. Price paid by the shopkeeper for the article inclusive of tax. So when shopkeeper went to purchase it, how much did he pay including tax? Let us understand. So cost price for the shopkeeper we have already calculated, it is 5,600. So how much will shopkeeper pay? He will pay rupees 5,600 plus the tax on 5,600. So price paid by the shopkeeper is nothing but 6,608 including tax. Next is cost to the customer including tax. Now for customer cost price is 8,000. So he will pay 8,000 plus tax on rupees 8,000, which is 18% of 8,000. So customer will pay a total of 9,440 rupees. Let us come to the fourth sub question. Amount of tax received by state government. We know that the total tax received by government is nothing but the tax paid by customer. What is the tax paid by customer? We have already calculated, it is 1,440. So The tax which is collected by state government will be half of this amount, that is total tax collected by state government will be half of 1440, which is nothing but 720 rupees. Let us come to the next problem. A manufacturer marks a mobile for rupees 6000. He sells it to the wholesaler at 25% discount. The wholesaler sells it to a retailer at 20% discount on mark price. If the retailer sells it at mark price and the GST charged is 12% at every stage, find the GST paid to the central government by the wholesaler, and all those things we will see later on. Let us first try to build the chain. We know that GST over here is 12%. Now, how many people are there in the chain? There are four. Manufacturer sells it to the wholesaler, wholesaler sells it to the retailer, and retailer finally sells it to the consumer. Now, manufacturer is marking the mobile phone for rupees 6000, but he is not selling it at 6000. He sells it to the wholesaler at a discount of 25%. Okay. Now, the wholesaler sells it to the retailer at a discount of 20% on mark price. Only the retailer is selling it at the mark price. That is, retailer is selling it at rupees 6000 to the consumer. Rest things we have to find. Also, we know that manufacturer, as he is the first person in the chain, his CP is 0. Now let us find the selling price of manufacturer or the cost price of the wholesaler. So cost price of the wholesaler will be 6000 rupees minus 25% of 6000. As wholesaler is receiving a discount means we have to subtract discount of 25%. So we can cancel out the 0 and we can say that 25 into 6 is 150. So 25 into 60 will be 1500. 6000 minus 1500 will be 4500. So the selling price of manufacturer, which is equal to cost price of the wholesaler, is 4500. Let us proceed. What happens after that? The wholesaler sells it to the retailer at a discount of 20%. So selling price of wholesaler we have to find, or we can say cost price of the retailer we can find. So cost price of the retailer will be 6000 minus 20% this time, because he is receiving a discount of 20% on 6000. Once again, we can cancel out the zeros and we can get 2 6 are 12 and then 2 zeros 1200. 6000 minus 1200 will give us 4800. It means that the selling price of wholesaler, which is equal to the cost price of the retailer, is 4800. Now our chain is complete. Now let us come to the questions. The GST paid to the central government by the wholesaler. Let us come to the wholesaler. And GST paid to the government means net GST. We know that net GST is given by tax on profit. What is the profit of wholesaler? It is of 300, that is 4800 minus 4500, and the tax is 12%. So with the help of all this information, we can say wholesaler will pay a GST of 12% of 4800 minus 4500, which will be nothing but 12% of 300, which is nothing but 36 rupees. But the question is asking how much did he pay to the central government. We know that if the total GST paid by him is 36 rupees, both the governments will share equally. So CGST will be rupees 36 upon 2, which is nothing but rupees 18. Let us come to the second sub question. GST paid to the state government by the retailer. Let us come to the retailer now. For retailer, once again the tax is 12% and net GST is tax on profit, which will be 12% on his profit, that is 6000 minus 4800, SP minus CP. So we can solve this ahead to get the value of GST paid by the retailer. So this has to be retailer. Now SGST, that is the GST paid to the state government, will be half of rupees 144, that is rupees 72. Amount which consumer pays for the product, that is 6,000 rupees his cost price plus 12% tax on rupees 6,000. So total of rupees 6,720 is paid by the consumer. So we complete this question. Let us come to the next question. The printed price of an air conditioner, the printed price is given as 40,000. The wholesaler allows a discount of 10% on it to the shopkeeper. So shopkeeper is getting it at 10% discount. Shopkeeper sells the AC to the customer at 5% discount. GST charge is 28%. The sales are intrastate. We have to find so many things. So first thing first, let us build our chain. We know that GST at each stage is 28%, and there are three people in the chain: the wholesaler, shopkeeper, and the customer. We know that for the wholesaler, as he is the first person, the CP will be 0. Now, as the shopkeeper is receiving a discount of 10%, the selling price of wholesaler or cost price of the shopkeeper can be calculated by 40,000 minus 10% of 40,000, which is nothing but 36,000. So SP of wholesaler, which is equal to CP of shopkeeper, is 36,000. Now, when shopkeeper sells it to the customer, he allows a discount of 5% on mark price. So selling price of shopkeeper or cost price of the customer can be 40,000 minus 5% of 40,000, which is nothing but 38,000. So SP of shopkeeper, which is equal to CP of customer, is 38,000. We don't know whether customer is selling it ahead or not, so we will just consider selling price not applicable for customer. Now this completes the chain. Now let us one by one look at the sub questions. The price inclusive of tax paid by shopkeeper. So price including tax paid by shopkeeper will be made up of the cost price and tax. Cost price of shopkeeper is 36,000. So he will pay rupees 36,000 plus 28% tax on it, which will finally give it 46,080 rupees. Let us come to the second sub question. Tax paid by the wholesaler to the state government. Now let us come to the wholesaler. Tax paid to the government is nothing but the tax on profit. Tax is 28%, so wholesaler will pay 28% of his profit, which is nothing but 36,000 minus 0, which is nothing but 10,080. This is the total tax paid by the wholesaler to the government. But the question is asking about state government, so we will have to find SGST of wholesaler, which is nothing but 10,080 upon 2, which is 5,040 rupees. Let us come to the third sub question. GST paid by shopkeeper to the state government. Let us come to the shopkeeper now. If we look at the shopkeeper, his net GST will be again tax on profit. So 28% on his profit, which is 38,000 minus 36,000, which is 28% of 2,000, which is 560 rupees. Now, GST paid by the shopkeeper to the state government will be half of 560 rupees, that is 280 rupees. Let us come to the fourth sub question. The tax received by central government. Now, this means the total tax received by central government. We know that tax paid received by the government is equal to tax paid by customer. So how much is the tax paid by customer? It depends on his CP. As the CP of customer is 38,000, he will pay a tax of 28% on 38,000 rupees. So total tax paid by the customer is 10,640. It means total tax received by government is 10,640. But the question is asking about total tax received by central government. So we will divide this value by 2 to get the total SGST, which is 5,320 rupees. Last sub question, total amount paid by the customer including tax. So how much will the customer pay? He will pay the 38,000 rupees, which is the cost price, plus the tax on 38,000 rupees, which is 10,640. This sums and gives us 48,640 rupees. I hope you have understood this question. Let us solve a few more questions. A manufacturer sells an article with marked price rupees 2000 to a wholesaler at a discount of 20% on marked price. The wholesaler sells it to a retailer at discount of 10% on marked price. The retailer sells the article to the customer at marked price. GST paid by the wholesaler is rupees 24. This time rate of GST is not given, but the GST value is given. We will have to find the rate of GST and the other things. So let us try to build up the chain with the given information. Let us consider that the rate of GST is X%. Now there is first person manufacturer, the second person wholesaler, third is the retailer, and fourth is the customer in this chain. We don't know what is the cost price of the manufacturer, so we consider it 0 for calculation purpose. Now, at what price retailer is selling it to the customer, we know that it is the mark price, which is nothing but 2000. So we know that selling price of retailer is equal to cost price of customer is 2000. Also, customer is not selling it ahead, so selling price of customer is not applicable. Now, manufacturer is selling it to the wholesaler at a discount of 20%. So selling price of manufacturer or the cost price of wholesaler can be calculated by 2000 minus 20% of 2000, which is nothing but 1600. So selling price of manufacturer, which is equal to cost price of the wholesaler, is 1600. Next part, wholesaler is selling it to the retailer at a discount of 10%. So we can find the selling price of wholesaler or the cost price of the retailer by 2000 minus 10% of 2000, as the discount this time is 10%, which will give us 1800 rupees. So selling price of wholesaler is equal to cost price of retailer is equal to 1800 rupees. Now the chain is complete. We have to find the rate of GST. Also, we know that GST paid by wholesaler is 24 rupees. GST paid by wholesaler is 24 rupees. We know that GST paid by the wholesaler will be tax on his profit. So 24 rupees is equal to X%, as the rate of GST is taken as X% of his profit. Profit of wholesaler is 1800 minus 1600. So we can say that 24 is equal to 200x upon 100, which can give us x is equal to 12. So the rate of GST is 12%. Next sub question asks us the GST paid by the retailer. Now GST paid by the retailer will be tax on his profit, which is nothing but 12% this time, because GST rate we have found it is 12%. So we will use it over here. It will be 12% of profit of retailer, which is 2000 minus 1800, which will be 12% of 200, which is nothing but rupees 24. So GST paid by retailer is 24 rupees. Price paid by the customer. Now here they have not mentioned including tax or excluding tax. So in such condition, we have to consider including tax. So price paid by the customer will be 2000 plus 12% of 2000, which is nothing but 2240 rupees. Let us take up a next question. A shopkeeper sells some edible oil for rupees 7200 at its MP. If the shopkeeper pays a GST of rupees 120 to the government, if the GST is charged throughout is 5%, calculate the price paid by shopkeeper for the oil inclusive of tax. All right. So shopkeeper is selling some edible oil to somebody we don't know, and the rate of GST over here is 5%. Let us start with the given information, that is rate of GST is 5%, and shopkeeper is selling it to somebody, maybe the consumer. Now he's selling it at 7200 rupees. So selling price of the shopkeeper is equal to cost price of the consumer is equal to 7200. We know that consumer is not selling it ahead or no information is given, so we take it not applicable. Now shopkeeper is paying a GST of 120 to the government. Okay, so he must have purchased it at some value. Let the cost price of the shopkeeper be X rupees. So we can say that GST paid by the shopkeeper is tax on profit. which is nothing but 120, that is the GST paid by him, is equal to 5%, as the GST is 5% on his profit. Profit is given by SP minus CP. So for shopkeeper, the SP and CP are available over here. We can solve this equation obtained to get the value of X. We get the value of X as 4,800. Now, the question is asking us the price paid by the shopkeeper including tax. What we have found just now is the cost price of the shopkeeper. But when shopkeeper went to purchase this, he must have paid tax also. So will be 4,800 plus 5% of 4,800, which is nothing but 5,040 rupees. I hope you have understood the previous questions as well as these questions. Let us do one more. Wholesaler buys a TV from manufacturer for rupees 25,000. He marks the price of TV 20% above cost price and sells it to a retailer at discount of 10% on mark price. If the rate of GST is 28%, we have to find many things. Let us start with the given information. The GST is 28%. Over here, manufacturer is selling it to the wholesaler and wholesaler is selling it to the retailer. Now, for the manufacturer, we don't know the cost price, so it is zero for the purpose of calculation. And wholesaler is buying from manufacturer at 25,000, means selling price of manufacturer is equal to cost price of the wholesaler, which is 25,000. Now, what this wholesaler is doing, let us understand. He marks the price of TV 20% above cost price. So after purchasing the TV for rupees 20,000, what wholesaler does, he marks the price 20% above the cost price. So the marked price by the wholesaler, the price that is marked by wholesaler will be 25,000 plus 20% of 25,000, which is nothing but 30,000. This is the marked price by the wholesaler. But is he selling it to the retailer at this price? No. What he does while selling, he gives a discount of 10% on mark price to the retailer. So, selling price of the wholesaler, or we can say the cost price of the retailer, will be 30,000 minus 10% of 30,000. Because on the mark price of 30,000, he is giving 10% discount. So, retailer will get this TV at 27,000 rupees, or we can say wholesaler is selling it at 27,000 rupees. As we don't know what retailer does to it, so we can consider his SP as not applicable for this problem. So we have meanwhile found the first part of the solution, that is the mark price. Now let us come to the second sub question. Retailer's cost price inclusive of tax. Now cost price of retailer is 27,000, but inclusive of tax means 27,000 plus 28% of 27,000, which is nothing but 27,756. And the last sub question asks the GST paid by wholesaler. Now we are coming to wholesaler. GST paid by wholesaler is again tax on profit. Please excuse, this is wholesaler. GST paid by wholesaler is again tax on profit. So we can say that it is 28% of 27,000 minus 25,000, which is nothing but rupees 560. So GST paid by the wholesaler is rupees 560. In this problem, they are not asking central or state government. They did not specify. So we are calculating the total GST, which is nothing but 560 rupees. Let's take up the next question. The mark price of an article is rupees 6,000 and the rate of GST is 12%. A shopkeeper buys it at a discount and sells it at its mark price. At what price shopkeeper buys, we don't know, but he's selling it at the mark price, that is 6,000 rupees. If the sales are intrastate, means within the state, and the shopkeeper pays 36 rupees and the GST to the state government, find the amount inclusive of tax paid by the shopkeeper and the percentage of discount received by him. Let us start with the given information. We know that the GST over here is 12%. Shopkeeper is buying it at some price and then he's selling it to somebody, let's say the consumer. Now he's selling it at the mark price to the consumer. So we know the SP of shopkeeper or the CP of the consumer is 6,000 rupees. As always, SP of consumer is not applicable, so let's leave it. We need to find the CP of the shopkeeper in this question to complete the chain. How can we do that? First, let the CP of the shopkeeper be rupees X. I consider its CP is rupees X. Now, we know that the GST paid by the shopkeeper to state government is 36 rupees. So if he pays 36 to state government, how much was his total GST? GST paid to the government will be 72 rupees. So shopkeeper paid a GST of rupees 72 to the government. And we know that the net GST, that is this rupees 72, is nothing but the tax on profit. If I consider the CP of shopkeeper to be X, his profit can be 6,000 minus X. Now we know that GST paid by him is 72 rupees, which is equal to tax on profit, that is 12% of 6,000 minus X. We know that 12 ones are 12 and 12 six are 72. We can transfer 100 on that side. We get 600 is equal to 6,000 minus X. We get X is equal to 5,400. It means that the CP of shopkeeper is nothing but rupees 5,400. Now let us find the price paid by shopkeeper including tax. So how much will he pay? He will pay 5,400 plus 12% of 5,400, which is nothing but rupees 6,048. So first part is done. Let us come to the second part, the percentage of discount received by him. So we will now find the percentage of discount received by the shopkeeper. As he has received a discount of rupees 600 and discount percent is given by discount upon CP into 100. So if we simplify this, we will get the percentage discount as 10%. With this, we complete the module of GST. We have done basically all the types of problems based on intrastate GST. If you have understood the video, you can like it and share it with your friends. I will also be uploading videos on new topic. So in order to get the update of those videos, you can subscribe to my channel and press a bell icon. If you wish to join my online tutoring session, you can fill the form given below in the description. You can also connect me on the contact number mentioned below in the description. For now, thank you. Take care.